of Shadows. Arthur Langdon's life had always been a monotonous flow of dull and gray days. He worked as an accountant in a drab office in the heart of the city, trapped in an unending routine that seemed to have no end. But a strange and chilling experience was about to disrupt his existence in unimaginable ways. One night, upon returning to his apartment after another exhausting day at the office, Arthur noticed something unusual in his mailbox. There was a letter that didn't seem to have been sent by mail, and it had no sender. The letter was written on each paper and bore a black wax seal depicting a strange spiral symbol. Intrigued and somewhat uneasy, Arthur opened the letter. Inside, he found an invitation to a mysterious gathering at a place called the Hall of Shadows. The letter promised a unique experience and a glimpse into a world beyond human comprehension. The meeting date was that very night, and the address provided was in an area on the outskirts of the city that Arthur knew nothing about. Despite his initial skepticism, curiosity and boredom led him to take a taxi to the specified address. When he arrived, he stood before an old and abandoned building covered in vines and shadows. A half-open wooden door invited him inside. Inside, Arthur found himself in a dimly lit vestibule where a hooded figure awaited him. The figure led him through dark hallways and narrow staircases until he reached a massive oak door that swung open wide. What Arthur saw left him breathless. The Hall of Shadows was a vast underground chamber, illuminated only by candles placed on strange altars. In the center of the room was a large circular table, surrounded by people dressed in black with faces hidden behind grotesque masks. At the center of the table was an object covered by a dark cloth. Speech in an incomprehensible language and guttural chants. Arthur looked around, feeling increasingly uncomfortable and trapped in a world he couldn't understand. When it was his turn to approach the table, an elderly hooded figure removed the cloth from the object at the center. What he saw plunged him into a living nightmare. It was an ancient mirror, but instead of reflecting his image, it showed an endless abyss filled with twisted shadows and eyes that gazed at him with hunger. He screamed and tried to pull away, but the hooded figures held him in place as the mirror absorbed his soul. Arthur Langdon was never the same again. He became a puppet without will, trapped in a spiral of darkness and madness. His existence became a series of endless nightmares in which he witnessed indescribable horrors and experienced unimaginable torment. The night in the Hall of Shadows had unleashed something within him, something that had turned him into a witness of the darkest and deepest horrors of the universe. Now, his only companions were the shadows, and his only solace was madness. Arthur's world had changed forever, and he was just one more in an endless procession of lost souls in the abyss. Over time, Arthur began to have disturbing visions of incomprehensible creatures in places that defied all logic and description. He tried to tell others about his experiences, but no one believed him. He was considered a lunatic and an outcast in society. He decided to embark on a desperate quest for answers. He followed vague clues and dark myths that led him to remote and forgotten places in the world. He encountered secret cults vaults and forbidden libraries where he discovered ancient texts that spoke of unknown dimensions and ancient beings that dwelled in the shadows. His investigations led him to one final chilling revelation. The mirror in the Hall of Shadows had been only a portal, a gateway to a reality far beyond human comprehension. The beings that watched from the other side of the mirror were ancient and malevolent, and they had begun to stalk the human world through Arthur. Desperate to free himself from his torment and to stop the invasion of these creatures, Arthur decided to confront the mirror once more. He returned to the place where the meeting had taken place, but he found the building in ruins, and the Hall of Shadows had disappeared. With no other options, Arthur ventured into the darkness of the nearby forest, following his intuition. Finally, after days of searching, he found the mirror hidden deep in the woods, covered by vines and the passage of time. He knew he had to close the portal once and for all. With a heart filled with fear, Arthur faced the mirror. The eyes in the abyss gazed at him with hunger, but he stood his ground. With one final effort, he threw a blanket over the mirror, covering it and sealing the connection to the other side. When he removed the blanket, the mirror had vanished, and the forest seemed to have regained its tranquility. However, Arthur knew that the shadows and horrors still lurked in the depths of the universe, waiting for the right moment to return. From that day on, Arthur Langdon lived in perpetual solitude, trapped between the memory of the nightmares he had endured and the knowledge that the world was filled with dark secrets that no one else could comprehend. Every night, he closed his eyes in the hope of not encountering the hungry eyes of the abyss again, but he knew that darkness always followed him closely, waiting for the right moment to claim him.